So last weekend, I was on Facebook, and to give you a little preface, my wife had said that she wanted us to buy a convertible vehicle for under $3,000. And after I got done chuckling about that, I said about actually looking for one. And I found this on Facebook, as I said. It's a 1991 Miata, of course, and British Racing Green. And this was in the Akron area. So one of the characteristics of British Racing Green, aside from the color of the exterior, is this camel colored interior. They actually had a brass plaque that would go on the ashtray or the dash that would have the name of the buyer and the serial number of the 1 through 4,000 of this series. So this is car number 3263. It's actually in really good condition. I was pretty happy with it. The price, my price was $2,000. There's some fender rot right here. And of course, matching rust on the passenger side. Pretty common for these, but actually overall, she's very clean. I don't think they drove it in the winter. These just don't last if you drive them in the winter. So can't really see too well, but the trunk's fairly rust-free. It's pretty clean. It's missing a lot of the carpet and trim pieces that you'd normally have in here, like the battery tray, and there's a cover that goes over the fuel tank, then there's a whole cover that goes over the bottom. So that's missing. And as you guys can see, it's quite dirty. Needs some loving, cleaning. I'm gonna do that as soon as the weather breaks. I've got a pressure washer. Give you guys an overview of the rest of the car, including the engine here. So this was particularly exciting for me because unlike the Integra that I showed you guys earlier, this car is stock. And I guess nothing gets me more excited than seeing a car that hasn't been messed with. I actually have a joke about this, that in general, modifications are self-inflicted vandalism. So yeah, you guys may disagree, but I fully embrace that opinion. This thing is completely stock. The only thing that I can see that they did is they put in a port on that heater line so that you can flush the cooling system. And well, I don't think they used it very much based on what I'm seeing here. That's got to be about one of the dirtiest radiators I've ever seen. So it's going to need a thorough cleaning. Problem with it at the moment is that I'm not getting a crank signal. So I actually went through the car, found an alarm system. So that has been removed. This ugly monstrosity was under the dash. Pulled that out. I got a couple more wires in the car at the moment. I've got these 3 wires that actually go up under the dash, and that went to the alarm system. So that's going to the radio area. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But I pulled the rest of the system. I'm still not getting a crank signal. No crank when I turn the key. So I'm still working through it. I'm going to check the clutch interlock switch. I'm going to short that so that I can make sure that's not an issue. I'll go to the back of the radio, try to see what they've done in there. And once that's resolved, then I'm going to assume that it's a bad starter. And you probably saw previously that there's a starter here in the box. And I've got some other stuff that the owner told me it needs. Clutch master cylinder, slave cylinder, oil filter, thermostat, spark plugs, and some gaskets. Thermostat gaskets. I even bought some, this is just a temporary measure. Got some Gorilla tape. And I'm going to use that Gorilla tape just in the short term to fix the badly shattered vinyl rear window. Previous owner tried to close the convertible top in the dead of winter. So you can see what happens when you try to do that. So eventually the convertible top's going to be replaced. I'll actually go through this whole thing and replace or refurbish whatever items are needed to have those services rendered. So in any case, this is the overview. My goal right now is to get it running well enough so my wife can drive it this summer. And then the plan is to, over time, when this time's available, start fixing up and replacing and refurbishing and cleaning.